This is the Ridiculously Random Podcast where we talk about everything except pro wrestling.
Whoa! Hey! Can I get a word in here? I want to introduce myself.
Oh, wait a second! I haven't even introduced myself. I'm your host, Big Ray, and this is my co-host, Colin Wysong.
Yes, and this is the Ridiculously Random Podcast where we talk about movies, tech, games, pop culture, pretty much whatever the we want to talk about.
Oh, will you stop? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show. Oh fuck! What a fucking week! Unfucking believable, ladies and gentlemen. This is the it's a ridiculously random podcast, and I'm Big Ray and Colin. You there?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's the ridiculously random podcast. There, guy, you didn't quite finish enunciating your words, but that's okay. You might have a bit of the coronavirus, which I heard does kind of screw up your speech there. I might.
Let me tell you something. First and foremost, I wanted to rush over here. I got a fucking doctor's appointment early in the morning. We're recording this pretty late, but an hour earlier than we usually record this shit. And so I said, you know what? Let me take a shot. Let me get a fucking Uber. Let me sit in that encased tube with probably viruses fucking floating around, and I said, fuck this shit. I am not taking mass transit today, right? Dude, as soon as my Uber gimmick popped up, I see a real, this is gonna sound fucked up, Colin, a real African name, and the picture of the guy, all I could see was his eyeballs. I mean, it looked like a shadow with a goatee. It was terrible. So I said to myself, man, why do I feel like the car's going to be fucking hot and stink? And Colin, the car smelled like fucking New York City's hot dog water, and it was the windows were fogged. It was so hot.
You just can't get away from the subway, can you?
Jesus Christ, I might as well just fucking sat under the train, like underneath the train car, with the rats, hitting my back as I'm going through stop to stop. Jesus Christ, man. I couldn't believe it, bro. I get in this car, and then he says nothing to me. Usually I get, like when you get into an Uber where you are in Mutler, Kentucky, how are they?
They're like, hey, Colin, that's you, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Well, I pulled the door handle, it was locked. I pulled it again, he's looking back at me. I let it go, I give it 3 seconds, I pull the door handle again, and it's still locked. I knock on the window. I'm like, I give him the whole like, hello, asshole, open the door. Finally, the thing clicks open, because I guess I don't look like my picture. Like my picture, I have a little tie and everything, and I'm very like, and I come out of my job with a fucking hoodie and a goddamn face mask.
But you're not using the color coded thing that you're supposed to use with Uber, like where you have the color on your phone.
The fuck is that?
So I learned about this when I was in New York, and apparently it works for all Ubers. Like if you're waiting in line, the Uber driver has a specific color, and then like you just hold that, like put the color on your phone, and he knows who he's supposed to pick up by the color that matches.
I've never heard of that. So what do I do? Like I order the Uber, and then just like the picture, like instead of his face being like a shadow, it's gonna be like green or something?
Yeah, it would be like green or orange or blue.
No, I've never heard of that goddamn thing.
Because New York's the only place that I've ever been that you actually have to kind of like get in a line to for the taxi thing, and to wait for like an Uber and everything like that. Like you can't just be like, hey, Uber, pick me up on the corner.
Oh no, you can do that here.
Well, when I got off at Grand Central, they had the rules there at Grand Central or whatnot.
Yeah, but that's not New York, bro. That's fucking. We don't. New Yorkers do not count Grand Central Station, anywhere near Times Square. That's not really New York. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is New York. So that's like a different world, man. That's like, anyway, it doesn't matter. But so I get in the car, right? And I'm like, thank you, sir. Nothing. He sits there looking like fucking Joe Boo sitting in the goddamn locker for Serrano in a Major League Baseball movie, right? So whatever, he's driving the goddamn thing. And I'm like, goddamn, this window is, I wanted to open the door. Like the window, putting the window down wasn't enough. I wanted to actually see if the door could, if I can open both doors and keep them open while he was driving. It stunk so bad in there. I mean, anyway. Well, all that being
I'm sorry
said,
you had such a terrible ride.
well, it's been a terrible week, but anyway, finally, right? Finally, I get home. He goes way past like my building. Well, this is not my building, it's where my mother lives, because I had to come here to record this, because recording this at night, you asshole. But anyway, I couldn't go home to the warmth of my woman's breast. But no. So I say, all right, buddy, have a good night. What do you think he says?
He just stared straight at the road, didn't even say shit.
Dude, I swear to God, bro. He kind of just turned just a little bit, where I could see just the whites of his eyes and just like one tooth. And that was it. I gave that guy a fucking one star. 1 star, and anything I could find that could be negative about him, and I couldn't. I gave him a $1 tip. He fucking sucked.
At least you gave him a tip.
I give him the tip of his dick.
Oh yeah, I bet you would.
Much like the nerd is probably giving the nerd at right now.
Very much so.
Just so let's tell the listeners right now the story of how this podcast came to be today. Because the fact of the matter is, this might have not happened today, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't. So again, coronavirus related. The place where I work in North Carolina, not in Kentucky, you asshat. They have recently, like literally today at like 11 o'clock, they decided to shut all bars and restaurants down for anything that's not takeout or curbside or whatever. And it didn't take into effect until 5 o'clock today. And with that being said, my job sent out a huge email saying, we're trying to cut overtime, no overtime for anybody. And the funny thing is, Ray, I had 36 minutes of overtime, so they made me clock out, go home. I was supposed to have improv class today. That got canceled because they shut down Comedy Works for the indefinite future until all this stuff clears up. And my lovely wife, the Fiend, she had to go take a friend to another city to go pick up their car. And on her way back, she calls me as I'm taking a nap and like, hey, my cousin is going to go see our other cousin in the hospital, and I need to watch their like 10-year-old, I think, 9-year-old, something like that. Their 6-month-old, their 2-week-old, as well as our 2-month-old. We have to take him with us. So I was going to have to go with her there, and I didn't know how long, I was going to be there tonight. And I told you all of this. But by the saving grace of God, all the babies were pretty much asleep. So the lovely Fiend.
How many were there again?
There was at least 10 kids.
No, seriously. How many kids? Seriously.
No,
3?
it was 4.
4, yeah, plus your Fiend, right?
Yeah. If you count mine in that group. But the lovely Fiend, she decided that she could handle it and that I could come home tonight to record with you so that we wouldn't have to miss a show or have any fill-ins tonight. So,
right.
So we're here, and she actually just texted me right as we got started recording saying, hey, they're back. I'm like, so you're going to be there for like another hour and a half before I can leave. Easy. But here's the funny thing. So nerd, right? Now listen, the nerd is not he's not embarrassed to say that when he's not working, he's drinking, right? So the first thing I said to myself is I said, all right, you know what, dude? You can't make it. Let me reach the nerd. So now I know that when I message the nerd and then an hour later he hasn't replied, it's because his phone is probably in the toilet somewhere because he's been drinking all night, or I don't know, or he's playing. He thinks he's playing Nintendo Switch, but he's actually sitting in front of a fucking cereal box with a spoon in his hand, So well, I saw you blow up Nerdette on their Discord chat. Like, hey, I need to speak to him. Hey, I need to get in touch with the nerd.
Dude, it was embarrassing. Like, she's like, oh, well, he has to look for his phone. I'm like, oh, fuck my life. So the whole time, okay, check this out. This is how I know. And I love the nerd. I love the nerdette. But I know my boy. And the son of a bitch, I'm like, all right, dude, look, I need you to help fill in for Colin tonight. All right, we'll go. And every word is misspelled, Colin. Every word. It's like, okay, wheel. Instead of wheel, it's will. Will go, and it's like GOW. It was like all over the place. And then it's like, he asked me like 3 times, well, do I have to watch SmackDown? I'm like, dude, it's fucking Tuesday. We don't have to watch wrestling. This is the random podcast. Okay, but I don't talk wrestling. I'm like, I know, my friend. This is not Smack Attack. It is the ridiculously, I can't even talk, the ridiculously random podcast.
It's the Corona.
So I'm getting fucking furious at this dude. And then finally we keep going back and forth. So finally you tell me, look, I might be able to make it. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then he hits me up and he's like, hey, I really want to come on, more or less. I'm like, all right, cool. Because, I love doing the shit with it. But I'm not going to watch wrestling tonight. Do I have to watch wrestling or can you take the lead? I'm like, Colin, just... So we're going
Wait,
back.
so I watched Raw and SmackDown tonight for no reason because we're not talking wrestling tonight.
No, we are not talking wrestling.
Fuck.
We're not even supposed to say that word here. We don't talk wrestling in this goddamn podcast. Anyway.
So I wasted all that time watching wrestling for no reason.
I guess so.
Man, fuck my life. I'll never get that time back.
Well, fuck my life, dude. I spent an hour trying to convince this guy it's not Friday. I wonder how much I wonder how much you have to actually drink on a Tuesday to think that it's Friday. I'm just saying.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Well, it was. It was St. Patrick's Day because by the time we're recording this, it's technically Wednesday.
It sucks, dude. You know why? St. Patrick's Day. So, my birthday was 2 days ago, the 15th, right? We're recording this on the 18th, technically like the 17th, but more the 18th because it's already almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And the 17th was my dad's birthday. So I'm never totally happy on my birthday. Like I'm always a little sad. Is that okay?
No, I think it as you grow older, a lot of the holidays and birthdays and stuff kind of get sadder for you. Like you have kids now, so Christmas isn't necessarily all about you. It's about, your son getting the joys of Christmas. Easter, the Easter egg hunts, they're not really for us anymore.
Yeah, we look for crack vials. We look for crack vials behind the building.
Right.
Different colors.
Halloween, most of the time. I mean, you do have adult dress-up parties, but it's really about taking your kids trick-or-treating. Or now, since we don't go door-to-door, it's now trunk-or-treating.
What?
Where you go...
Hold on, what kind of backwoods hick shit are you talking about?
So down in the South, and we still have like neighborhoods where you can go house to house. I mean, you guys have a lot of apartments, so you probably do an apartment trick-or-treating.
Not here.
But now they do these things because you can't trust your neighbor. You go to these churches and these empty parking lots, and they do trunk or treating, where people just open the trunks of their cars and have a bunch of candy in the back of their car, and they just give you candy out of the back of their car.
How is that safer? That sounds fucking...
Well, I mean, it's instead of getting candy from one stranger out of the back of his car, you're getting candy from multiple strangers out of the backs of their cars.
Dude, that sounds hard. What if like fucking Uncle Steve just takes you and throws you in the back of his trunk?
Well, somebody's going to see that happen.
And do what? Chase the car?
Oh, no, because they're all probably busy grabbing kids and throwing them in the back of their trunks, too. So.
Dude, that sounds fucking miserable. Why would you do that?
I'm old school. You just get the pillowcase and you go door to door, and like you got to get the big body pillowcase, and it's not a good night unless that bastard is like half full. You come home with like 18 pounds of candy, dumping it out on the floor.
Would you believe I've never gone trick-or-treating as a child?
Really?
Well, back in the day, so again, I was raised Pentecostal or Christian evangelist.
Okay, yeah, no, I get the whole Pentecostal thing if you were born, because the Fiend was also raised Pentecostal.
Oh boy, we're probably related. What's her last name? Don't say it. Forget it. Forget I asked. But anyway.
Hernandez.
No, it's not. It's not Hernandez.
Yes, it is. It is Hernandez.
It's Hernandez. But listen. So, yeah, I never trick-or-treated, and I remember taking my son trick-or-treating for the first time because it's stupid. Come on. Like, I'm not worshiping the devil, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents thought it was like a devil worship to fucking dress up as fucking Gizmo or some shit for Christmas, fucking, or one of the Ghostbusters and shit. But I remember taking my son, man, trick or treating, and the very first time he opened that first piece of candy, I'm just like, God, that was up somebody's ass, or somebody, or somebody came on that fucking somebody came on that Snickers bar, like, you know, why is that Snickers bar half unwrapped? You know, why does it have that gloss on it? I don't know, man. What do you think?
You know, every year Halloween comes around, they send out the warning of like, no, well, now that CBD candy and THC candy is kind of the thing. The past couple Halloweens, I've seen the warning of like, beware of imposter candy that could contain THC, and they have like the most ridiculous like names for these candy bars, and it's like the pepper hemp patty and stuff like that. So like I looked up some of these candy bars one day, and they're totally not real. And it's like, come on, DEA, like you're putting out fake news about potential candy that has THC in it, and it's not even like real candy that you can buy from dispensaries and shit like that. Like,
I wonder if the nerd is just like covered in his own vomit with one hand on his limp dick, while the nerdette, you know, she's just
cleaning herself off.
She's just cleaning the floor with a big scrub brush while her nipples are hitting the floor because they point straight down.
That's probably what's going on.
I just don't understand. She gets upset, you know, that we're always mentioning her nipples pointing down. It's not my fault. She's the one putting pictures up on the Discord page.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you want to see Nerdette's nipples, make sure you join the Voices of Misery Discord.
Now, if you want to see some great gams, you can go to Kelly Double D, probably, right? Or you can go
she's
to
got an OnlyFans.
Maybe Sherry.
Yeah.
You know, but I got to be honest with you. I have to be really honest with you, Colin. I've mentioned this a couple of times. My God, my woman just has the most delicious breast I've ever seen. They're like two cantaloupes, you know, that just fell right off the fucking tree. It's perfect.
Well, Big Ray, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I sent you a little birthday message when I was at work the other day. I bet you enjoyed that little birthday message, huh?
I don't like your penis. It's a little veiny.
Well, the other message that I sent you.
Don't remember which message was that.
The one with my friend Jasmine.
Oh,
telling you happy birthday.
You know, let me tell you something. All right, that kid couldn't get me on her best day. What did she say? What did she say when I messaged back? Nothing.
Well, yeah, I was telling her. She was very embarrassed to even send you the message in the first place because, like, I was just going to film her and she was like, no, I have to be able to see myself to do this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Goddamn millennial. How old is that kid? Like 20?
She's like 24, 22, something like that. Actually, I think she's 22.
Give me a break. Shit, I'm 44. So I was 24 when she was in diapers shitting her pants.
No, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I already, dude, at that point of my life, between the ages, okay, of I would say 16, maybe 17 to almost 28, bro, I was a fucking animal. Like, I don't know how I really don't know how I never got any type of venereal disease. You probably think I'm full of shit, Colin. I mean, the listeners out there in Voices of Misery Land, I swear to God, I don't know what it is about me. I'm an ugly fucking guy. Apparently, I look like Uncle Fester. Bro, I got so much pussy growing up, bro. Like, so much. Like, older women, young women, married women, engaged, quote-unquote, engaged women. I mean, Colin, I'm sure you understand. You're a very well-hung young man. Handsome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had my flirtations when I moved to Georgia, where there was a lot of sexual shenanigans going on. I had a couple threesomes in my life, Big Ray.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
All right. So I only had one threesome in my life. Would you like to tell your threesome story, and then I'll tell my threesome story, and we can see because mine's is kind of tame.
Okay. Well, so I'll tell you the first one. There was this apartment manager who was the apartment manager at the apartment I lived at.
Can you say? Hold on, stop. Can you say it slow and fucking like sexy while I just touch myself?
Sorry. Okay, so I had met her at an online dating website, months before I moved to Georgia, and we talked for a little while.
You're talking way too fast. Please slow down.
When I came, just like you're about to, when I came to Georgia, I happened to check out the apartment that she lived at, or she worked at, and after a couple months, we didn't really talk. She was in a relationship, and I ended up.
Colin, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Wait. All right, Colin, just. Okay.
Are you getting some wipes? Oh, that's the KY.
Okay.
Oh.
It's just my hands are dry.
Look, before you finish, can I finish?
All right, I won't talk no more. Please go.
Okay. So I happened to meet this girl. We'll call her Sandy, and Sandy ended up being a good friend of mine. Okay, sorry. Around that time, me and this apartment manager, whose name is we'll call her Nydia, and so Nydia and I started hanging out. Well, Sandy didn't quite like that me and Nydia were hanging out. So Sandy told me at one point in time, "Hey, Colin, I bet I will get her before you will." And so we had this little bet going on. Then one night, me, Nydia, and Sandy were all hanging out. And next thing I know, Sandy goes down on Nydia. Then I proceed to go down on Nydia. And Sandy, to this day, has held it against me. Like, I told her I was going to get her before you, and guess what? I got her before you. So then, basically, me and Sandy and Nydia did a little bit of the dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that.
That's it?
Oh yeah. I'm not going to go into great detail about what happened.
Oh,
but there were girls eating girls out, and girls sucking cock, and girls taking cock, and yeah.
And what were you doing during that time? Just like
in the corner crying and masturbating.
Like me right now?
Yes.
Hold on, let me dry my hands. So that's a cool story. I mean, it's pretty similar to my story, but the way it happened to me, well, I had technically in retrospect, I had 2 threesomes. Okay, so
Sandy was a part of my other threesome, because she enjoyed the way I stroked her vagina with my tongue.
Oh, wonderful!
So she brought another friend, another time. We'll call her
Queen Latifah.
Yeah, Queen Latifah. She brought Queen Latifah in, and I showed her how to eat pussy the right way, Big Ray.
You know, I'm sure a lot of women out there think that, how can a man know how to eat pussy? Well, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is send a request to my lovely Jennifer, okay, and ask her. I mean, she'll probably deny you, and she'll probably block you immediately because she doesn't, well, I mean, you can ask, but I'm sure she will tell you that I make her fucking rocket shoot all the way past Jupiter and Pluto. Wait, which one's further? Pluto, right?
Uranus.
You know what? I knew it was going there. So, all right, I'll tell you my first story. So,
before I once told a lesbian that I could eat pussy better than her, and I still wholeheartedly believe that. She got highly offended by me telling her that, but I still believe it in my heart. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you know how to work other women parts. I mean, that man I got a hand job from that one time, he didn't know how to work my dick properly, and he has his own dick, so.
Well, what?
Huh? What?
Huh?
Huh?
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if we're not talking about Bitter Black Carl, or fucking Jersey Mike, they're not coming into the office at all. I mean, those two guys look like they. I think they have
down with coronavirus.
I think they have a little bit of AIDS as well.
Coronavirus.
Yo, fucking Mike, this is a shoot right now. I'm sorry, I have to stop using wrestling terminology. This is a real story. Jersey Mike hits me up the other day, right? Out of everything that's fucking happening, this son of a bitch is complaining because Hooters was closed.
Is it for takeout? He can get the takeout, right?
You think he goes for the goddamn wings? Really?
Look, I'm sure he could get Bill to throw on like the Hooters leggings and the orange shorts, and then Mike could just eat wings around Bill.
That's what I told him. I said, man, I mean, maybe they have the girls deliver. You know what I'm saying? With the fucking big gimmicks hanging out. Anyway,
They should.
so I have two threesome stories. One was kind of awkward because it was with another friend of mine who was a dude.
Okay.
And okay, so this chick named Bettina, right? Did I ever tell the story? Italian
I think
chick.
you might have.
All right, I'll make this one short.
On another show we did.
All right, I'll make this one short because it's not that much fun. So, well, actually, it was pretty fun. You know what? I'll tell the Bettina story. So, Bettina, it was her 18th birthday. Okay, we were all really young. We were working at the Gap. All right, and she really liked me, and she really liked my best friend Juan. She liked both of us, and she would like go into the stock room and like grab our dicks and shit, and it was crazy. And one day, we went to our friend Benny's house. He used to work with us, and a couple other guys. It was like 3 or 4 other guys, dude. And I'm trying to remember this because it was so long ago. So we ended up playing poker. It's like a strip poker thing, all dudes and her, which she never played before. So we all knew she was going to get naked first. And she actually ended up pretty good. I saw one of my...
She's like full house, royal
Dude.
flush, straight flush, and you guys are like butt naked before you know it.
Like there was this guy Juan there that I swear to God he had. You know how people have a third nipple? He had like 5 nipples. It was very disturbing to look at that man. But so me and my best friend Juan, because it was 2 Juans. Juan O, I'll call him. That's the same Juan that I spoke about last week about his wife.
Yeah, you had to show his wife your dick.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So anyway, so Bettina is sitting between us, right? I'm in boxer shorts and Juan's still in his jeans, if I'm correct, because I wasn't very good at the game. And dude, she stuck her hand right into that fucking hole where the the old sausage hangs out, and she starts massaging my cock, and I'm over here looking at her like, oh shit, right under the table, bro, and she's laughing, and then I look over, and she's got Juan's cock right in her hand too. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Now, oh, by the way, we're all fucking high. We're all fucking really drunk. So all of a sudden, I don't know how this happens. My friend Juan goes into the other room. Okay? And all of a sudden, he does... All right, so people from the hood might understand this, but he does like the hood call. Like, oh. Like, I can't explain it. Does like the hood whistle. And I come to the living room, and she's just blowing him. And and Colin, before I know it, it's just dudes standing there with their fucking cocks hanging out, and she's just blowing everybody.
I could have sworn I've seen this on Brazzers.
Well, no, this is legit, dude. So there's one guy, Benny, who is fucking 5'2". This fucking guy pulls down his shit, and she goes, "Oh, Benny," and all of us had a fucking look. This guy, this little Puerto Rican dude, his shit looked like I don't know,
Baby
like
arm holding an apple.
Dude, it looked like two cable remote controls taped together. I never seen anything like that. But it looked like 2 fucking plantains, with crazy glue in the middle. It was just like this fucking big fucking thing. And she's like, I can't even fit it in my mouth. And I'm over here laughing. So anyway, everything kind of goes fuzzy, Colin. And all I know is that I end up in a room with her by myself. And she's blowing the shit out of me. And all of a sudden, my friend Juan comes in, locks the door, and he's trying to put it in her ass. And she almost like kind of bites down on my shit because he tried to put it in her ass. She goes, oh, no, wrong hole. And he's like, oh, anyway. Long story short, we kept switching off. And during the time, that is so awkward. So I'm in her butthole. Juan is in her vagina, right? And me and Juan high five. I know it sounds fucked up. We high five, and from that point on, the rumor spread that we were quote unquote the tag team champions because we did the whole high five. And that was like, and then we both got laid a lot out of that one situation. The other, you know what? I'll leave the other threesome for maybe next week. But this one was this was terrible. Like that girl. And then let me ask you something, right? So that girl Bettina apparently ended up getting married and having 2 kids. Do you think Do you think she tells her husband? And her husband's a nice guy, and he's very unattractive.
I'm sure he knows.
You think so?
Yeah, because with Sandy, she had her ex-boyfriend. Because I kind of met Sandy because I was living with her ex-boyfriend's best friend, and so you know how like Sandy was trying to keep an eye on her ex-boyfriend, so she kind of became friends with my roommate. And through that, me and Sandy got to know each other. Well, there was a point in time where I lived at the house with her ex-boyfriend, but all the other dudes that had lived with him had all banged Sandy too.
Oh, fuck. How loose was that fucking goose?
Oh, no. It was...
What is that? Tight? Like a tiger?
Yeah, like... Tight.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, but you
she
don't
took
think
care of
like...
herself, Big Ray.
No, I'm sure, but like Bettina, you know, she had a big schnoz, you know, but she was very pretty. Like she had really pretty. She was an Italian chick. I forgot her last name, but she had a very Italian name, Bettina. I never heard that name before again. But dude, like, I mean, she would like we'd be working in the Gap, and she'd be like, this is the way she spoke, by the way. She's like, this is the '90s now. Oh my God, like, Ray, come to the bathroom. I'm like, why? Goes, I want to fucking suck your cock. You know, and she just blow me right there, bro. Blow a load right in the face. And it was fantastic because the sink is right there. She clean up and we just go back upstairs and sell some fucking goddamn denim jeans. You know, maybe some straight legs back in the 90s. Maybe some overalls. Maybe the leather the leather jeans. Remember the leather jeans from the Gap?
Yeah, the pleather jeans.
No, they were leather. We have real leather jeans.
Oh yeah, I actually had real leather.
Of course, bro. This is an Old Navy. What are you kidding?
Is the Gap. Yeah, that is true.
Gap, man. Banana Republic.
Well, you know what, Big Ray? I actually I have a fun little topic. Speaking of bananas, plantains, Banana Republic. I was on the way back here, and a show came on, and I just wanted to drop a little fun facts. Did you know that the banana was introduced to like the American public in 1876 at like the World's Fair, the Centennial 100-year celebration of America. At the same time, the telephone was also debuted at this celebration, but people were more fascinated by the banana. And from 1876 until about the mid 1900s, the banana that was the banana that we do not know now was called the Gros Michel. And in French, that means the Gros Michel.
I think I dated her in high school.
Probably. She gave you that venereal disease.
Sure.
In French, the Gros Michel, you know what that means in French?
No, dude, I don't speak French.
It means the Big Mike.
Like Jersey Mike?
Yeah, the big Mike. So Gros Michel, it means like the Big Mike. And
yeah, I could see that. What does that mean, the big Mike? Like the big penis?
Yeah, I guess because it looks like a penis. But the Panama disease basically kind of wiped that banana out. And the banana that we now eat nowadays was the much far inferior banana, the Cavendish banana. And that's the banana that we eat nowadays. And did you know that there is a blue banana that kind of tastes similar to like vanilla ice cream? It's called like the Blue Java.
You stop.
I'm dead serious. You can look it up right now. You will find, and listeners at home, type in, go to your Google, go to your Safari, go to DuckDuckGo, whatever you use, and type in the Blue Java banana. And it is a blue banana that most people eat with a spoon. It tastes like vanilla ice cream, similar. It has like a ice creamy texture. And another fun fact about the banana, Big Ray, did you know that monkeys in the wild do not eat bananas?
Yes, they do.
No. Only monkeys in captivity that we have given bananas and taught to eat bananas.
Would you stop?
I've been serious.
I've been watching TV since 1970 something, bro.
And you believe everything you see on TV, Big Ray.
Absolutely.
I look, I'm going to go as far to believe that this show that I listened to on the way home was probably a little more credible than you watching Magilla Gorilla on TV eating a bunch of bananas.
It's Magilla Gorilla. Dumbass. Anyway.
King Kong over here eating bananas.
Wait a second. So, but wait, what happened to the other banana? The original banana?
It died off, basically. Like, there was this
disease.
It
died off. It wasn't a living animal.
This disease basically wiped out the whole population of that banana. And the reason why we have the Cavendish banana, which is the one that we eat nowadays, is it was resistant to this Panama disease that killed all the other bananas.
I want to see a picture of that banana.
Which one? The Gros Michel?
Yeah. Wait, let me see.
Google search Big Mike's banana.
Gros. Fucking idiot. Hold on.
Just make sure you have your safe search turned off.
Banana. Oh, shut up. Gross Michelle, and the picture of this fucking chick comes out. You can't see it. God damn it. Anyway.
Gross Michelle. You got your safe search turned off?
Gross Michelle banana. I want to see what this thing looks like. Is it gross like ew?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a much bigger banana.
Blue banana. Let me see. Where the fuck can I find a blue banana? Oh shit! They're expensive.
The blue bananas?
I want a blue banana.
Yeah. Well, you can actually still get Gros Michel bananas. So they didn't quite, I guess, all die out, but they're not the popular banana that we eat nowadays. It's not like the commercial banana.
The blue Java banana.
That's the one I was telling you about.
Quote unquote, the ice cream banana. And the peel is like a pinkish red. And oh God, what am I getting turned on looking at this thing? The blue banana. So anyway, well, dude, you want to hear something real fucked up, dude? Speaking of bananas. So, you know what? I'm gonna play some audio. Okay, play some audio for you, because this Texas mayor. All right, this mayor in Texas. Let me see. I'm gonna read the story real quick, and I'll play a little. It's like a 2-minute clip, okay? And I'll play it from my phone, but it's gonna come out really nice and clear here. So, and you haven't heard this yet. So, a Texas City Council meeting was interrupted after the city's mayor took a bathroom break.
Oh, I heard this.
All right, so I'm gonna play this right now, and see if you can hear what we hear. All right, so I'm gonna press play here. I'm gonna raise the volume up. And you tell me if it's too loud or not. Okay, hold on. Of course, this ain't working.
I won't belabor all the details. I'm sure most of you remember Mr. Guest's presentation from last time, and I imagine he's going to hit some of the highlights here in a minute. But I do want to just say that if your life has not already been touched by an antibiotic-resistant disease, it probably will be at some point. My mother has fought a MRSA infection. I have a high school friend whose 3-year-old son almost died from C. diff, and he will be dealing with the consequences of that for the rest of his life. But the thing is that these deadly infections, there's something we can do about it. And what we can do is...
I'm going to pause it right here. So this is a very serious thing. Now, this mayor excused himself, right, Colin?
Yeah.
And now he's... The idiot leaves his mic on, and he goes to the bathroom. Now here we go.
Call on governmental representatives that are higher up the chain of command and ask for action at the federal level. I am aware of Mr. Brainerd's concerns that he raised last time, and there would be instances where I actually agree that we should take action locally first, but there are not any...
So I don't know if you guys could hear that right now, but you could hear the actual urine stream in the background. She's really trying to be serious here, Colin. Like, she's talking about children and fucking diseases, but no, this guy has to take a leak. But here we go, almost done.
CAFO operations in Georgetown, so for us to just say it within the city limits would
That was a flush, by the way, Colin. And she is losing her shit at this point. Here we go. She's losing her shit right now, guys. She's laughing.
Would be an empty gesture?
Hold on, I gotta stop it there. Colin, is that the most inappropriate thing to say after the mayor of your city is just took a leak and just relieved himself?
So the one that I heard, the guy was farting.
No, that wasn't real.
Oh, that wasn't real? Oh, okay.
No,
so you could just hear him peeing. I thought the farting was the real one.
No, hold on. I'm almost done. Hold on. Here we go.
That's the one I saw. Okay.
But isn't that funny? An empty gesture?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
So...
She's cracking
and
up.
also these diseases
Mayor comes back.
don't know any boundaries.
Wash his hands.
So a state-by-state approach would just mean that
Now, Gimmick Jones is telling him
there'd
that
be clusters of disease that would would go.
I gotta stop it because Gimmick Jones next to him is like, dude, you left your mic on the whole goddamn time. This poor woman is trying to talk about how her kid died of fucking AIDS. Hold on.
That's the border. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking now and ask that you give this serious consideration and approve this resolution.
That's about enough. Colin, has anything like that ever happened to you in your life? If you were a mayor of let's say, Voices of Miseryville, how would you feel if that happened to you, bro?
That would be very embarrassing. I would definitely be ashamed of myself and be worried that if I was running for re-election that my opponent would use that in a campaign ad against me.
Yo, dude, what's the most embarrassing? Like, you have to dig right now. What's the most embarrassing shit that's like legit ever happened to you, dude? Like, embarrassing. Do you think? I know I'm putting you on the spot. It's tough, dude.
No, it was probably getting caught spanking it.
Oh, tell me about it, please.
Oh, so when I was a young man, I was at my grandmother's house and I was just bored.
Oh,
so
God.
I went to the bathroom while my two other cousins were in the other room, and I thought like where the bathroom door was, I was sitting in this chair, and I was just going to town on old Willie, and about maybe 3 or 4 minutes in, I hear like giggling and laughing, and they had like my two girl cousins who were much older than me, whom I think prior to me going in there and beating off, I think they were looking at like a Playgirl or some sort of magazine like that, because they were like, oh my God, like they were saying things like, oh my God, like look at that, and they were giggling and laughing. They were trying to watch like Gone with the Wind, and then like whenever I would like try to
wait. They were looking at dicks and watching Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, yeah. Right. And every time I would be like, oh, what are y'all looking at? They would like close the magazine real quick because they had like another. You know how when you watch like when you're in class and you're reading a comic book and you like put the comic book in front of another magazine or book so like nobody can tell what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
They were doing that basically, and so I was just like, whatever. My little young hormones got to me. So I went in the bathroom, and like I said, about 3 or 4 minutes in, I could hear some giggling and some laughing, and I kind of turned and looked over my shoulder, and they had the door cracked open, and they were watching me.
What? Your cousins?
Yeah, they were just laughing at me.
But you're from fucking Kentucky, so you guys you screw your cousins all the time, right?
No, that's West Virginia.
Take me home, country road, to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. I love that song. Take me home, country road. But
no.
Okay, whatever.
I don't really listen to country music, Big Ray.
What?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of country music.
So the most embarrassing thing,
unless it's Old Town Road.
Old Town Road? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, the Lil Nas X song.
I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. It's got Billy Ray Cyrus in it. It was like the hottest song of fucking 2019.
First and foremost, okay, Billy Ray Valentine doesn't sing that type of music. Different idiot.
It was him and Professor Chabela Veracruz.
Chabela Veracruz. Nobody knows who those people are.
They were singing a duet together.
Dude, I'm gonna get.
You really don't know Old Town Road? That was like the biggest fucking song in all of 2019.
No, sorry. In 2019, I fucking had AIDS. What?
That explains why you look like Uncle Fester.
No, I didn't have AIDS. I never had AIDS. And if I did, I'd beat it. Just like we're going to beat the coronavirus. Speaking of coronavirus, Colin, unfortunately, it is time to talk a little bit of...
My deadly one. Symptoms don't show up for some time. Corona, ooh, you make my motor run. I know you want to kill me, even though I'm in my prime. Corona, never gonna stop. Give it up when I feel the chills. I always get it up for the touch of something that kills my woo. My Corona.
Yes, it's that time again, folks, to talk a little bit of that coronavirus. As I said earlier at the top of the show, North Carolina has now kind of taken measures to close restaurants and bars down. Big Ray, we talked about a little bit of our sexual misconduct. Did you hear about the man in the UK who got coronavirus because he went and visited or took a trip to Italy with his mistress?
Colin,
and basically told his wife he was on a business trip.
Did I send that to you? Because that's one of my stories.
Yeah, that's
okay, right.
Going down that road.
Talk about it, brother.
So this gentleman basically went to Italy to go see his mistress, contracted the coronavirus, noticed that he had the symptoms, was able to get back to the United Kingdom to get tested. His wife basically self-quarantined. I think they didn't release any names. He won't say who his mistress is. So I don't know if his wife knows that he was cheating on her or not.
Hold on. I got to sneeze. Sherry.
Oh,
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh gosh.
Sherry.
You okay?
No, yeah. Sherry. Sherry. Go ahead.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, the mistress's name.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, what?
No, I'm sneezing.
So basically this guy had good cover, except for he got the coronavirus, visiting like one of the worst hotspots to visit right now. And actually, Spain has become the worst place to be right now, as their bell curve has gone up the most since any of the other countries now. So definitely stay away from Spain.
Spiked up. Well, that's fucked up. Number one. Yeah, I mean. But now the wife doesn't know, right? If I'm correct, if I read the story correctly?
I believe so. No, she's self-quarantined because she knows her husband has it. But from what I read from the article, I don't think she knows that he was. She didn't know a damn thing.
She doesn't know how he got it.
Yeah, she didn't know how he got it.
Do you know how much money? Now, I'm assuming if this guy can go on a vacation to Italy by himself, he's probably doing well for himself, I would say.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. So, all in all, right? I mean, this woman, well, she knows. I'm sure she knows by now because this story came out. She's probably like, oh, I could see her like being like French for some reason. Since we spoke about France before. Oh, my husband, he is going to Italy and I am here. I cannot breathe with the coronavirus. Or is it virus? It's the coronavirus. And fucking, she's like, what is this story on the TMZ? Boom. Done. Fucking get him, dude. She get him for divorce. He's gonna have to pay all her fucking medical bills.
The house that she's quarantined herself in, she gets to keep.
What? And she and goddamn it, I'm sure I'm sure out of bitterness, because women are bitter, she will get fucked by the basketball team he was probably coaching.
Probably, yeah.
Because usually Italian men
let the pool boy do it. The gardener with his big fucking hose. He'll lay some pipe.
Fucking water the hose. Water. Anyway, dude, that's fucked up, dude. I would go insane. If what would you do, dude, if you find out the fiend is took a trip to Nicaragua? Where's she from?
Mexico.
Right, Panama. So she goes to Mexico, Panama, right? And you find out that she was sleeping with fucking Pancho down there, and she comes back from Guatemala, and she basically has sex with you Okay, and then you get the fucking corona in your ass and on your dick.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just get it on one place, or it's like?
Yeah, I think you just get it in one place and then it spreads all over your whole body.
Of course, just like AIDS. So I'd be fucking furious. You think she has a case?
Yeah. Oh, definitely, for sure.
You know, Colin, man, it's always like fucking depressing stories about the coronavirus.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, but this, you know, I'm gonna lighten the mood real quickly. You know, Colin, you know, and this PSA is brought to you by the motherfuckers that don't wash their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, wash your damn hands.
Target today. This is the hour for sanitizer. It is totally empty. Everyone's freaking. Everyone's scared. Do you remember just 1 month ago when no one really cared? But the coronavirus, now we sterilize. It took a global crisis to realize we can't leave the bathroom as fast as we can. Why are we all now just learning to wash our dang hands? It took a bunch of panicked Americans to just wash our hands. To just wash our hands. Wash your dang hands. Wash your dang hands. We used to give hugs. Not today. Now we just air hug each other from like 30 feet away. We used to shake hands. That's a no. I just assume you couldn't figure out the motion triggered soap. Did you see this study that I found online? 1/3 of Americans are flat out lying. It's such a basic thing to understand. We won't all get sick if we just wash our dang hands. You just touch that door handle again. Go wash your dang hands. Go wash your dang hands. Wash your dang hands. Wash your dang hands. Okay, you just high-fived him, yeah, but he just was outside and was playing ball with his buddy, and he has been feeling cruddy. Yeah, you picked your nose, but you had just clipped your toes after you walked on the lawn, yeah, the one your puppy poops on. We're all sick and home from school again. This would not have happened if we just wash our hands.
And now, Colin, you know, that song made me feel a lot better. I gotta be honest with you. But I gotta tell you something, my friend. This story is fucking adorable, Colin. In light of the current coronavirus outbreak, hundreds of businesses are basically shut down to avoid, you know, many people in one space. First, it was the big ones, you know, like Disney World, the NBA, so on and so forth. But there was an outbreak that continued, and anyway, in smaller places, let me see, like you know, like zoos and aquariums, right? Have you had? All right, so
Yeah.
Well, the Chicago Aquarium, you know, put a smile on everybody's face, Colin, because what they did was they let their fucking penguins just roam free, walking and waddling about with the little fucking penguin feet, you know, just walking around the aquarium. You know, and you got to see the video, ladies and gentlemen. You can go anywhere. Just type in Chicago Aquarium, penguins, and these little motherfuckers are just walking around. Well, let me ask you a question. That's all like nice and happy, right? But we're talking about the fucking coronavirus. Like, what's the dark side of this thing? Can you find a dark side?
No, I don't think there's really any dark side to this.
Oh, there is, Colin. Would you stop?
Unless like the penguins climbed into like the other fish tanks and started eating the fish and like fucking up the aquarium and stuff like that. What's the dark side to this?
I don't know. I had told the Nerdette on the Discord page that what they should do is, okay, you really want to get some clicks on your website, dude. Let the fucking tigers free. You know, let the tigers just fucking sniff out the penguins. You think the penguins have a chance of getting away?
They would dance like in Happy Feet.
They would dance like you from behind the dumpster.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, come waddling out from around the corner like a penguin. But there is kind of a dark side to this. In Thailand, Big Ray, monkeys took over the city. I don't know if you saw this, but there's like thousands of monkeys have descended upon the city because people kind of left it deserted and are quarantined in their houses, and they're running amok. They're not eating all the bananas because wild monkeys don't eat bananas, but they're eating everything else.
I'll eat a banana. Go ahead.
I mean, I've seen you on your OnlyFans eating a couple of bananas.
Why do people chew their bananas? Because usually I take the banana, right? I peel it and I just right down my throat. It slides right down. Too. Anyway, please continue.
Oh no, I just saying that's you have this feel good story of the penguins, and then you have this terrible story of Planet of the Apes going on in Thailand. This is where it starts, Big Ray. They slowly take over Thailand. When you go to Thailand and you think you're getting a lady boy, but no, you're getting a lady monkey.
What is that, like some racist joke you're telling?
No, like, in Thailand they have lady boys, but this time it'll be like a monkey dressed like a female, and you'll be like, oh, I'm going to get this hand job, and it's really like a monkey, and he rips your dick off.
I'm going to ask you a question, Colin.
What's that?
When you were watching the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, right, back in the day, and Bugs Bunny would dress like a woman, with the corset and shit. Is it weird that I got a little turned on?
Yeah, probably. You're into bestiality at that point in time.
It's fucking cartoon rabbits. That's the same thing. Wasn't Roger Rabbit banging that hot chick? What's her name? I can't remember her name.
Oh, Jessica Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit. I wonder how many people right now that are millennials that have absolutely no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, then you should go watch the classic Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That is such a great movie with Christopher Lloyd as the bad guy.
He is a bad guy. He's a very bad guy. But you know something, Colin? You know what's really bad?
You know who Christopher Lloyd also is?
He's Doc.
He plays Uncle Fester.
You know what? You go fist yourself. What is this shit, Colin? Do you really think I look like Uncle Fester? Seriously.
That one was for Nerdette.
Have you seen what the nerd and nerdette really look like?
Yes.
So have I. And thank God I was like, I had just finished my fucking cornea surgery. Because what I saw, Jesus Christ. Nerd looks like I don't know, what the fuck? Remember those little dolls with the long hair on top of their head? What do they call them?
Raggedy Ants?
No, not
Raggedy
that.
Ants and Raggedy Ants.
The little small dolls, like a little Munchie Chi. Not a Munchie Chi. God damn it. Like a troll.
The Garbage Pail Kids?
Like a treasure troll.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, the trolls. Okay.
But the head shaved off. Maybe your dog got into it.
Like when you were like, oh, I can cut their hair. It's just going to grow back. And then it never does.
If you look at Nerd, if you ever have the ability or the pleasure of actually looking at what the nerd looks, he looks like a fucking cartoon tiger. Or like a puma.
Like Tigger or
hey, watch your mouth.
Tony the Tiger?
They're great. No, not Tony the Tiger. More like just like some ghetto, like a ghetto tiger.
Like Snagglepuss?
Like back in the day when I was a kid, I was raised in the hood. And if listen, when you were a kid, did you eat Captain Crunch?
Yeah.
We didn't have Captain Crunch in the hood. We had fucking King Vitamin.
I think I vaguely remember that. That was like the bag cereal that was on the bottom shelf, right?
Well, no, this one in the hood, it had a legit box. Had some white dude, some bushy eyebrows, and a fucking crown that was made of spoons and spoons and forks. And it was basically Captain Crunch, but not as I'm sure it was made with like very terrible sugar and spat. And then. What did you ever eat as a kid? Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. We had Kaboom
got a box
cereal.
of Lucky Charms in there right now for my child.
We had Kaboom cereal. You ever heard of that? Of course you haven't.
I think so. I feel like I have heard about that.
Well, it's a fucking clown. It's a cartoon clown, and it's like Lucky Charms. The only thing is the marshmallows. When you eat them fucking things. Like they stain your teeth for weeks. Your shit comes out purple. It's terrible. And then we had I remember I would go like, I was poor, man, as a kid. Hey, I went Honey Smacks. Remember with the fucking frog?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, before that was Sugar Bear. Hey, I can't get enough Super Golden Crisp.
I remember the Sugar Bear, and then they switched to the frog.
He's got the Crunchwood Punch. Yeah, our shit had a fucking lizard, like a real picture of an iguana. It was terrible. And then on top of that, you guys, I'm sure you were probably had way more money than me because I'm poor Puerto Rican from the Lower East Side. Did you ever eat Frosted Flakes?
Yeah.
We had fucking flakes that were flakes. We had flakes that are frosted. That's what it said on the fucking box. And it was a picture, right? Instead of a tiger, it was a leopard with a real serious face. And it just right over it in like real terrible, like in text, it's like, they were okay. You know how Tony the Tiger's, they were great. This tiger looked like it had missed a few fucking meals. It's just
they're okay.
Fucking or puma. That's so stupid. They're all right.
They're all right.
But
they're all right.
I grew up with that, man. I grew up with just terrible secondhand, and I remember the bags of cereal, Colin. The Fruit Lumps. What did you have?
Fruit Loops, not Fruit Lumps.
I had Fruit Lumps. Who is the toucan?
Oh yeah, Toucan Sam.
We had a fucking red pigeon.
Let's see did he have a hat glued to his head?
He did. He looked like the pigeon that was sitting next to Nas on the cover of his album. Please Google that. The rapper Nas.
Oh man.
Oh man, I was fine. What a fucking terrible upbringing.
Speaking of pigeons, did you hear about the pigeons that someone is gluing hats on top of their heads in Las Vegas?
No.
Yeah.
Please, please tell me.
So there's these pigeons that are popping up all over Vegas that have like red hats glued to the tops of their heads, and like animal activists, of course, are fucking going crazy over a bird that is considered a flying rat, because they feel like these hats would disorient the bird, and it's animal cruelty because you're gluing a hat to the top of this bird's head. But they don't know who's doing this, and there's like pigeons with cowboy hats, pigeons with like baseball looking hats, like. Some people think it's like a MAGA hat thing, like they're trying to make fun of all the people that wear MAGA hats because they're like red hats. Like our good friend Andrew Bello, who owns a MAGA hat, and he enjoys wearing it out in public. I think Big Sal also wears a MAGA hat out in public, but who's gonna fuck with Big Sal? He's like a 7-foot tall giant.
Dude, we were in New Jersey. I forgot what pay-per-view. We went to go. Whose house were we in? It was me, Professor. I think Billy Ray, Bello. All right, so we have a friend.
Oh, you guys were at Gooch's.
We were at the Gooch. We were at the Gooch's house.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, this fucking dude. Now the Gooch, okay, he lives in a part of Jersey. I gotta be honest with you. I thought it was near a shiv, right in the fucking neck.
Oh, so he lives kind of like near Newark.
But
it's no Bombay. Where the professor lives.
No Bombay, New Jersey. For the longest time, I swear to God, you're gonna laugh at me. So, I remember me and Professor had been recording, wrestling stuff for like about a year or maybe 2 years, and I had to pick them up because we were gonna all hang out. This is way before Hami Media and stuff. And I was like, dude, where do you live? I can't find Bombay, New Jersey. And he just like, dude, he was so disappointed. There's no fucking such place as Bombay. It's a gimmick. You know that? Did you know that? Bombay, New Jersey
does that's not. Funny.
And I lived in New York my whole goddamn life. But listen, Colin, do you know how to wash your hands properly?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So being in the restaurant business, you have to learn to wash your hands. You wash your hands with your hands in between your fingers. Try to get up under your nails, and you want to wash all the way up your forearms, kind of like they do, like when you see doctors on ER, they wash like up to their elbows and everything. And what they tell you to do is you're supposed to wash for 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. They tell you to sing, like, do the ABCs in your head 2 or 3 times, sing happy birthday 2 or 3 times. Actually, this is wrestling related, but Chris Jericho put out a thing, since it's coronavirus related, saying, like, sing his Judas song 2 or 3 times, and that'll be the 20 seconds that you have to wash your hands.
Well, listen, I have a wonderful song, and it basically breaks down how you're supposed to wash your hands and the importance of it. And Colin, we're going to go to that right now.
Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright. Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright. When you touch the door, handle at work, yeah. Wanna dig your nose, cause damn choke, yeah. Right before you want to touch your face, better wash your hands first, just in case. Virus want to stay in Singapore, usually yellow boots kicking out the door. Personal hygiene is not a chore, if you do our part, then we're all. Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright. Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright. If you are sick, then please wear a mask. Okay. If you are not, don't have to wear Cover your face if you cough or sneeze. Be responsible, don't spread disease. We've conquered viruses before. Don't play, you can hear the lion roar. Personal hygiene is not a chore. If you do our part, then win we all. Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright. Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright. PHPC at your service. We got meds at subsidized rates. Don't touch your face, wear a mask if safe. Wash your hands with soap, that will do the trick. So what if it's COVID-19? Use your brain, we can be clean. Shower! Wash your hands, gotta fight the virus all day, all night. Wash your hands now. Wash your hands, do every soap and then you'll be alright.
I'm sure after you listening to that fucking sweet hit, like R&B ballad, I mean, dude, like, I see, the way I wash my hands is like this, Colin, okay? So, you know, you fuckers out there that don't give a shit about life, you know, listen, you wet your hands first, okay? This is what a lot of people don't know. You wet your hands first, and then you put the soap on the hands, okay, on both hands, and then you start working. You got to get the lather up. So what I do is I do the back of one hand, or arm, you know, up to all the way up, almost halfway up my arm for about 5 seconds, right? Then I do the other side, 5 seconds. Then I do the palms for 5 seconds. So how much is that? It's 10 seconds. And then I do the whole twist. You know what the twist is? The doctor twist?
Yeah.
So it's like you're interlocking your fingers and knuckles, okay? Like you're putting somebody, like, you know when you put, you know when the
like
nerd
an S grip. It's like an S grip.
Right, when the nerd puts the nerd in the fucking camel clutch and he break her back and make her humble. So, you know, you do that for another, I do that for 10 seconds, right? So now you're up to about 20 seconds. Then I do the whole vigorous with my fingers in between my fingers, hands washing. Can you hear that, guys?
He's actually washing his hands right now.
I'm actually washing my hands right now. And I do that. So in all, I'm actually vigorously washing my hands for 25 seconds. And then I run the relatively hot water. And ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter whether the water is really hot or cold. That's the fact is, it's the soap and the suds kind of, you know, getting rid of all the bacteria.
Well, in the food industry, they prefer you to use hot water that's a certain temperature, at least like 90 to 100 degrees.
I'm not a cook. Sorry, Colin. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, well, and another thing that you're supposed to do too is you don't turn the water off as soon as you're done washing your hands. You actually grab the paper towel. If you're out in public anywhere, you grab the paper towel and you dry your hands off, and then you use that paper towel to turn the faucet off and to open the door of the bathroom. And
that's what I do.
paper towel away.
I do that all the time, dude. I've done that from the
Because
beginning.
if you dry your hands off and then you touch the fountain and then you touch the doorknob, you just got coronavirus again.
It makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
It makes no goddamn sense. Colin, are you tired of talking about the coronavirus?
Pretty much so, yes.
I don't know.
And don't
man.
use the air things. The air things, they just cycle the poop air in the bathroom and put it on your hands.
Dude.
So it's best to dry your hands with paper towels.
Dude, people have no idea. All right, so you know what? You're in the food industry, right? All right, I have no more. I don't want to talk about Corona no more. Can you tell the people how? And I told Jen this, by the way, because she always uses the hand dryer. I'm like, honey, just fucking. There's no paper towels, just walk out and wave your finger. Your.
Actually, air drying is, if they don't have paper towels, air drying is the better method than using the blow dryers. I mean, like even those Dyson things. Have you seen like where you have to like put your hands upside down, like with your fingers pointing down toward the ground, and like you go up and down, and those aren't even hygienic. Like
but why? Like what happens there?
It's because it's using the air in the restroom to blow onto your hands. So if you think about it, if you cut a nasty fart or all the pooping and shitting that goes on in bathrooms, it's just circulating that air that's in the bathroom through the ventilator and blowing it onto your hands. So you're basically just blowing dirty, nasty bathroom air back onto your hands.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Like they did, I remember they did this test, right? Where it's like, the old black light test?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, dude. I swear to God, it's just basically shooting shit right back onto your hand. And you go back and eat that goddamn chicken sandwich that you just ordered at Arby's. But listen, I got to tell you something, man. We've been talking a lot about the coronavirus. We've been talking a lot about a little bit of everything. Colin, again, it's been a fucking tough week, man. Is there any way we can just kind of run through the mailbag and maybe, answer some emails before we get the fuck out of here, bro?
Yeah, we could probably do that.
All right, so let's do that. Let's give do we have any emails? I don't even know. Let me see what we got over here.
I think we might have one.
Oh, wow. Shit. We've got quite a few, actually.
Oh, no. Maybe we should save the mailbag for next week.
You want to save the mailbag for next week? Because
let's save the mailbag for next week.
I mean, I can. You know what, Colin? Because look, all right. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what's going on. Oh fuck! Undo. I just archived one of them. Okay. Here's the deal. Colin's got to go. Okay. Where are you going, by the way?
I have to go pick up the fiend. She's
Why?
at her cousin's house.
This is not my fault.
No, it's not.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So would you do? I can just do the mailbag by myself.
I mean, if you want to, you can.
Do you mind leaving the fucking computer on while?
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave everything running. While
Jesus Christ.
why don't you could just pretend to be me and do the mailbag yourself. Let's hear your impression of Colin.
Can I do the mail sack song?
If you want to.
Okay, I can do that. All right, so I guess I'm not gonna do you. I mean, I'll answer the emails as best I can, but before you leave, Colin, and I know you really got to go, and Voices of Misery, this platform has given us the opportunity to go out there and do our thing, and I apologize for Colin's unprofessionalism. I'm fucking disgusted with you.
Sorry.
Really? That's all you got?
Yeah, I mean,
What? And I don't know anything.
I'm sorry. Guys, look.
Damn it.
Before I head out of here, you can find me on Facebook at Colin Y Song. You can find me on Twitter at Colin Y Song. And make sure you go to voicesofmisery.podbean.com. Download the Voices of Misery show. Listen to them, the Nerd Nerdette. Again, thank you for having us on your platform. Make sure you guys listen to us. Big Ray, I've got to go, but I will see you on Friday for the Smack Attack over at hackerhameen.podbean.com.
Yeah, for all you guys guys and gals out there that love WWE wrestling, especially Friday Night SmackDown, which has been very interesting to say the least. We're on SmackDown in front of empty crowds. Yeah, man. Guys, check us out. But right now, we're gonna jump into the mail sack. I'm gonna do the whole mail sack song. If you guys haven't listened to it before, well, we're gonna jump into that. And Colin, look, man, I'm gonna do my best. All right, to answer these emails. So
let me just plug two more things. I want to give a shout out to our good friend at Rocky Baia, ROCKYBAIA, for doing the logo of the show. And I want to give a shout out to my good friend Will Gaddis for doing the bed music that Big Ray kind of plays towards the end of the show. He made his own Mana Mana song for us after I requested it. So if you guys need artwork, if you guys need music, hit us up at the in our little ridiculously random podcast mail sack. yourrandompod@gmail.com. I will get you in touch with these guys. They can make you your own theme song. They can make your own art. I appreciate those guys for doing those things for us, Big Ray.
It's amazing, Colin. You have all the time in the world to plug your friends, but you have absolutely no time to fucking stay on with us and read the mailbag.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't. I will have a very upset fiend, and you know what happens when the fiend is upset.
Fine, whatever.
Lights turn red.
No, we're not going to do that.
She gets her big ass hammer.
I'm going to jump into the mail sack right now. So, yeah.
I'm going to hit mute on my microphone so that you can continue the show.
Why don't you mute my dick? How's that, Colin?
Okay, Bill.
I love you.
I love you too, sir.
All right.
And I love each and every one of you. Good night.
See you for the smack attack.
Millsack. Millsack. Millsack.
Millsack.
Millsack.
Millsack.
Millsack.
Millsack. Millsack. Millsack. All right, so I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm by myself. So I'm gonna answer the mailbag mail gimmick here by myself. All right, I've done this 1,000 times by myself. I've done shows by myself. I've done reviews, interviews, all this shit. So I'm gonna jump into the first email here, and this comes from the lovely Sherry, and she says, "Hey, Shug, you good-looking guys. Here is an aerial pic you wanted. Enjoy. XOXO Sherry." She shows me a fucking aerial. No, not. We wanted to see your areolas, the actual nipple, and the gimmick that surrounds the nipple. But all you're doing is showing me there's some goddamn hick town that I don't want to see this shit. Goddamn believable. Now we have another email, and by the way, Sherry, we absolutely love you here at the Ridiculously Random podcast here at the Voices of Misery platform. Hopefully I do a good job here, man. It's very late. I'm tired. I'm halfway drunk. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get got a lot of liquor left here. So I got an email here from our friend Jamal Khashoggi. Probably saying his name wrong. Shows me a picture of a giant fucking whale with his tongue kind of hanging out on the beach. Anyway, it says, on your penis talk, which we do a hell of a lot of. Here is the doctor in California that does the procedure at, what is it, Draylist.com. Has all the info. Here is another. He's sending me all these fucking things about. Anyway, we all agree that the male penis has a foreskin at birth minus any defects. And as you come to find out near the public bone, there is a. What is all this shit about goddamn whale penises? All right, so let me just fast forward through this here. He's talking about all the procedures and the doctor does for the fucking whale penis, and it says, anyway, now, if there isn't enough, because he gave a lot of goddamn information on whale penises for some reason, and you want to add girth and length, there is another transplant. What are you talking about here? He says, my penis, now he's going into, my penis is about 5.5 inches, and I want to get something like what you described done. All right, so basically, Jamal is what do you want done? Are you talking about the cold gimmick that I did to extend my cock? Well, listen, I got to be honest with you, my friend. That really never happened. I had more of a penis reduction, because honestly, look, man, 16 inches is way too much. I had to bring it down to about 9.5. But listen, neither here nor there. I appreciate your email. It's very weird. I couldn't read the goddamn thing because, number one, I'm fucking tired. I'm extremely drunk, and I'm by myself. Greg Horsley. He's one of our very favorite listeners. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you like wrestling, head over to Hameen Media. Search Hacker Hameen anywhere you listen to your favorite audio content, and you can find some really great shows. Me and Colin do the Smack Attack there, but anyway, he jumps off with this email. First, I would like to say how much I love the new show. Well, we love you, by the way. It's a great break from wrestling just to hear you guys talk about random stuff. Well, that's in the name. And happy belated birthday to the man himself, Big Ray. Yes, it was my birthday. I am 44. Some dude on Instagram, by the way, reached out to me, and apparently he listens to the Smack Attack, and he says that I have a baby face, and I don't know how to take that, but I'll take that with a compliment. I don't know if that's true. I hope. And by the way, Kelly Double D said that she thought I was a hell of a lot younger than what I looked. But anyway, neither here nor there. Let me see here. I hope you got that blow-up doll with Rick Vickery's face on it. Rick Vickery is one of the producers over at Hameen Media, and he's very ugly. I know how much you have been wanting one. Well, you have no idea. I mean, he may be ugly, but, everybody has a type. My question, would you rather have your mom walk in while you're losing your virginity, or have a girl shart in your mouth while eating out her booty? Happy St. Paddy's Day, fellas. Stay safe. Well, Craig, that is a very interesting question. And I'd rather have my mom walk in. I'll tell you a funny story. So I had a girlfriend. Her name is Gwen. And she was quite a buxom, Puerto Rican young lady. She had very indigenous eyes, kind of chinky, I guess you would say. Very light brown, big breast, and voluptuous figure. And that happened to me. My mother walked in while I was having sexual intercourse with her. And yes, while I got the tongue lashing, it was all worth it, man. Jesus Christ. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna have to clear my throat a couple of times because I'm by myself and I have no chance to hit mute. But neither here nor there. I got to tell you something. Having a woman shart in your mouth. I've never been there. I don't know if you've been there before, but I mean, some people are into that shit. Are you, to use the term loosely, shit? I would. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess if the chick is shitting in your mouth, it's kind of that whole gimmick that it's not going to last long. You spit it out and you just keep going. But when your mom walks in, she never lets you live it down. My mother is still. This should happen. I was probably about 22 years old when I was banging Gwen in my bedroom on my twin-size bed, with her legs up in the air, and my mother walks in. It was terrible, dude. Absolutely horrible. I have to really think about that one. In retrospect, I would have rather had Gwen shit in my mouth, because till this day, my mother still won't let me in a bedroom alone with a female. Anyway, let me move on. We have Shane Woolward. What's going on, Shane? It's a long email. I'm gonna do my best to read this. Let me get a little sip of my libation here. By the way, I have I'm drinking Svedka vodka with what is this here? Diet Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's quite the good keto drink. Excuse me. You guys know us three are like perfect mulatto menage. Colin and I are the vanilla, and Big Ray with that caramel swirl. Yeah, you got that right, big boy. I'm not sure why you continue to deprive the world of our beauty. I went to see Colin at work one day. The girl I was with broke up with me because she said our animal magnetism was so undeniable that everyone in the shop stared at us, eyes wide, mouths agape, drooling like a Saint Bernard. Those fucking dogs drool a lot, by the way. I won't go into what Colin gave me afterwards. What the fuck did he give you? Why won't you go into it? It's fucking frustrating here. Anyway, but just know, it was something he could only pull off. I'm sure you know what I mean, Big Ray. No, I don't know what you mean. I have absolutely no idea what the fuck you're talking about. But I'm going to continue reading here. I hope one day you guys stop being afraid of sharing our love and connection with the world and openly flaunt it in the way that it is deserved to be shown. With love for cum. And you spell cum, C-U-M. Cum catchers. T.S. Woolworth. Well, Mr. Woolworth, here's the deal. You're fucking gay. Which is cool. I mean, I have no problem with people being gay. And Colin is... Listen, he has... Number one, I have no idea how Colin really got that. I mean, the Fiend is a beautiful woman. She's a gorgeous Latina woman. I mean, he's hung like a fucking seahorse, but... I don't know. Maybe the way he talks. But our relationship, T.S., that's something I feel uncomfortable talking about. Extended, to be extended here. But anyway, neither here nor there. I have an email from the PW Hustle Zone. And this is a very hung email. This is the most hung email. Our brother 8-Track Black, if I'm correct. What's up, Big Ray and Colin? First of all, I'm really enjoying the new podcast. I've laughed my ass off for the first 2 episodes. I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing about the coronavirus, which we talked extensively about here. But I do have a question that involves the said virus. So here it is. If you were trapped in a room for 24 hours with a complete stranger, would you rather have that person have the coronavirus or the flu? Well, me being a strapping, middle-aged Puerto Rican man who works out on a regular basis, damn, that's pretty tough, dude. The flu sucks. It's funny because I don't think I've had the flu in about 10, maybe 15 years. I haven't had the actual flu. And the thing is that with the COVID-19 or the coronavirus, I probably have it right now. I don't know. But because, I don't have any physical deficiencies, because I'm not sick, the coronavirus actually doesn't affect me. I probably might have had the coronavirus and I didn't even know it. I haven't been tested, to be honest with you. And going through with this thing, man, if it's between the flu, which, you have explosive diarrhea, you're sweating, you have fevers and chills and all that shit. Coronavirus, what do you got? You got a little cough, a little bit of a fever. I can get through that. So if it's between the coronavirus and the actual goddamn flu, I would bang a chick with the coronavirus. Get it together and we work through it. All right, so the last email of the night comes from one of the most manliest men in the world with a fucking manly... Goddamn, his name is so manly. It's Oscar Silva. I love the freedom you have with a non-lucha libre podcast. We don't talk wrestling here, by the way, Oscar. I would rather get a penguin PJ than have you guys stick around or stick to wrestling for the whole episode. Don't listen to those losers that try to disrupt the natural flow of your conversations on the Smack Attack. I know Big Ray is a New Yorker, by the way, a New Yorker, and hip hop is a part of the city's identity. My question to you is: who is on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop, based on influence, talent, versatility, and personal taste? Okay, so unfortunately, Colin is not here. So I'm definitely going to give you my favorites in hip hop. Mount Rushmore. So Mount Rushmore has what, 4 faces? I'm gonna give you my top 4. Rakim was a lyrical master. He is absolutely on my Mount Rushmore. He's just fantastic. If you guys have ever heard the song, the movie Juice, he has a great song on that soundtrack, man. You got to go listen to that. He's a great storyteller, great lyricist. The guy could do it all. What else we got? Eminem, even though he's from Detroit, one of my very favorite hip hop artists of all time. I think that man is unbelievably talented, lyrically unmatched. And now, should I rank these guys? I was a big Biggie fan growing up, so he's on my Mount Rushmore. Biggie Smalls was undeniably fantastic. Great. I really can't, I don't know. Who would be number 4? That's tough, man. I mean, you can go through a litany of, I don't know, man. I mean, it's really hard to. I mean, you can go with Jay-Z, you go with Eminem. I'm not going with Drake. That guy sucks. Tupac is definitely on my Mount Rushmore. Who's your favorite, guys? You can hit me up on Twitter at Big Ray Show, on Instagram at Big Ray Show. You know, there are a lot of underrated hip hop artists as well. If you go down, it's very difficult for me to go down an entire list of hip hop artists. But I want to know what you guys think. You know, Dr. Dre is up there. I love Dr. Dre, even though he didn't write most of the shit. Snoop Dogg. Again, Jay-Z. You know who's one of my favorite hip hop artists growing up? Ice Cube. I absolutely loved Ice Cube, man. Ice Cube was fantastic. Nasty Nas, bro. Very underrated lyricist. But if I'm gonna go with a number 1 on my Mount Rushmore, even though I'm an East Coast guy, I'm gonna have to give it to Tupac. I think his influence on music was undeniable. He was a poet. He was just a master of lyrics and the West Coast beat. He was originally an East Coast guy, by the way. I don't know if you guys know, he originally came from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with Tupac as my number 1. But on my Mount Rushmore, it's gonna be Tupac, Biggie, Eminem. Man, Big Daddy Kane is up there. Wow. And Rakim. That's my 4 right there, guys. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm choking here. Do I have the coronavirus? I can't stop coughing. No, I'm a smoker, so I'm like the Nerdette. Big shout out to Nerdette. Listen, I don't get really an opportunity to really just talk about myself. But I got to tell you guys something. I really love the Nerd and Nerdette and the Voices of Misery. And Nerd, listen, dude, I love your solo interviews. But I've always said, you know, peanut butter is better with jelly. And you guys are peanut butter and jelly. You guys are fantastic. I love listening to you guys together. Not a big fan of the interviews. I mean, we may have some interviews here at the Ridiculously Random Podcast, but all in all, man, you know, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for allowing us on this platform. You know, I did kind of scoot through this mailbag here, but I feel like off, you know? It's like having pasta with no sauce, pizza with no cheese, condoms with no semen. It's not working. I actually messaged Kelly Double D to see if she would come on, but she's probably sleeping. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast, and I'm about to be done here. But listen, again, guys, you know, follow my co-host on Twitter at Colin Wysong. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Follow me on Instagram, also at Big Ray Show. Find me on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. And Colin. Look for him. Colin Wysong. If you're not retarded, he'll probably accept you. Guys, thank you again for listening to another episode of the ridiculously, and this is fucking random, the ridiculously random podcast here at the Voices of Misery podcast, exclusively here. We're not going to put this shit up anywhere else. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And listen, I'm going to get serious right now. A lot of people are not taking this whole coronavirus thing serious. I am. And I'm not a worrier. If you have family members, if you have elderly people in your neighborhood, if you have anyone in your family that may have had heart disease, lung disease, anything, something that they're absolutely debilitated, just check on them, guys. And we're recording this 3/18/2020. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen the next couple of days. All I know is that I have my laptop, I got my Wi-Fi, and I got my refrigerator stocked with frozen meats and many essentials. I would ask you to do the same. Guys, in the word of my brother Bill Schuyler in heaven, we will see you down the road. And I'm hoping to have you guys all healthy. And God damn it, 2020 has got off to a shitty start. But listen, we are humans. We are the human race. We are strong. We are reliable. We are undeniable. We can get past this, guys, as a family. And hopefully we can continue to produce content to kind of get your mind off of shit. Yeah, we talked about the coronavirus, but me and Colin wanted to put a funny spin on it, make you guys laugh, forget about shit for a while. And even if we have to think about this whole terrible pandemic, we can do it with a smile. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all. And me and Colin will be back next week with another episode of the Ridiculously Random Podcast. And please head over to, Hacker Hameen and listen to the Smack Attack, because I think it's a pretty good show. God bless you guys. Peace out.
I heard a message in my car on the radio station. Said a virus gonna get everyone in the nation. Got on my phone just to verify the situation. Seems like it's affecting everyone in creation. Stop by Trader Joe's just to pick up some pasta. Inside everybody looks a little bit hostile. Shelves are empty and nobody's acting like a good neighbor. Why's everybody gotta have so much toilet paper? COVID-19, coronavirus is bugging me. I need my friends and my family to be close to me, close to me. Can't go to work, can't go to school, can't go to church, cause that's the rule. I feel like I'm on house arrest. It's putting my patience to the test. All those numbers and data too. Can't believe everything that I read in the news. Gotta be aware to have some fun. Gotta get back to the people I love. COVID-19, coronavirus is bugging me. I need my friends and my family to be close to me, close to me. COVID-19, coronavirus is bugging me. I need my friends and my family to be close to me, close to me. If you don't know how to spend your time, take my advice and let it ease your mind. Don't be afraid of what you see online. No worries, cause you're gonna be just fine. COVID-19. Coronavirus is bugging me. I need my friends and my family to be close to me, close to me. COVID-19. Coronavirus is bugging me. I need my friends and my family to be close to me, close to me.